When I first learned that I'm going to be speaking here today, I was like, what am I going to say to England? Hey, I love Charles Dickens. And then I thought, that's a bad idea. I better start with something else. So instead, I'm starting with a fact, not a very pleasant one. Did you know that one in every 113 people in the world is now a refugee? Oh, how I hate that word, because it's a word that has lost its meaning. It has become synonymous with a plague, a swarm, a disease that is feared to spread here in Europe. And we have become just a number on the news. But I am not a number. I'm a human, a person called Nujeen, a person who's never gone to school until I was at the age of 17. I guess living in a fifth-floor apartment with no lift makes hanging out not such an easy task. So I was left with books to read and facts to collect. I've been here in the UK for a few days, and I really liked it. I've been to the Buckingham Palace, the London Eye, Albert Memorial, but it made me remember that we too had it all. Our old souk, the old city, the citadel, and now it's all gone. I used to consider myself lucky that I had lived early on and did not see the city that I loved crumble. But it turned out to be only the beginning of a long journey. When I left Turkey, I was thrilled. I mean, no more ISIS, no more airstrikes, no more cluster bombs, and most importantly, no more power cuts, so I could watch my favorite TV shows. But as the hope of going home faded slowly away, the image of my future self sitting there, doing nothing, terrified me. So when I got the chance to come to Europe, myself was on the ceiling. Because just like my favorite Princess Belle, I'd always wanted adventure in the Great White Somewhere. But my adventure did not involve any talking teacups, singing candelabra, or anything. All I heard was our group arguing over whether we should bring the wheelchair or not. And before I even realized it, I was on that rubber dinghy, which was now the fine line between death and a new life for me. But with prayers and cries, we made it. And we felt like the happiest people on earth. But there was still a long way to go. Detentions, interrogations, fences, police stations. So, arriving in Germany after going through all of this makes you feel like the main protagonist in a movie where you feel like you've won the challenge. But our biggest battle was still yet to be fought. Because when you arrive in Europe, you arrive at the realization that you are now the nightmare that haunts every decision maker in Europe. And as for people, everything you do, everything you are, is strange, foreign, and too unfamiliar. So we end up circling this vicious cycle, trying to fit in. Do you know how hard it is to try and read that German post? Do you know how embarrassing it could be to try and mumble these German words to the officials. How awkward it is to eat with a fork and knife after eating your whole life with a spoon. So, you might be wondering, why is she telling us this depressing story? Well, I hope that all of you will leave here today with these few things in mind. First, I'm not a number, a human. Second, I did not come here because I wanted to, but because I had to. Thirdly, different is not dangerous. And fourth, and most importantly, we needed your compassion as much as we need your shelter. So why is this such a big deal for me? Why does it matter? Because believe me, few things in this world are worse than feeling like an unwelcome guest.